nice things for others, right? And one being more of the egoistic nature, not that they don't want to take care of you, but like they take care of their partner because they think it's like the right thing to do, not because it brings them that much happiness, but because they understand, you know, it's what you ought to do and they are fine with doing it, right? How do you feel about a dynamic like that in a relationship? When one side basically keeps giving and the other side gives as well, but more because they feel like they ought to, not because they feel like it gives them joy. Which doesn't mean that they don't want to, right? They wouldn't be doing it if they didn't want to, but like, I'm gonna say there's a difference between doing something because you want to do it for yourself and doing something because you want to do it for others, right? Because that's the kind of feeling that I'm talking about. Like, being kind to somebody else is something that I actually want to do for myself as well, right? Jesus Christ, keep falling. I'm sorry, Manny. I don't look, if this is too personal, we don't have to keep going into it. I'm very sorry. I'm describing myself as well to an extent, you know. Um, but I absolutely understand if you're like, yo, brah, I just came here to chill. Like, see, I like I am close, personally close with people who are very much like you, right? Who are very much sort of on the in the oh, I do things for others because I know I should. And like as you said, like cerebrally it's like, you know, the thing I should do. And it's not like I mind it, it's not like I'm sitting there like, oh, I don't want to do this, right? But it's also not like I'm, oh wow, I really want to do this for you right now, right? It's like it's a thing you don't have strong feelings about one way or the other, right? I know people like that, and I do not think it is a worse way of being at all, right? It's just that I can't really have a view because I'm the person that does things because it makes them feel good and I care about them, not because it makes me feel good. Yeah, I mean, see, but that's why I'm especially interested in your view, right? Do you feel like that's a valid combination of people? Like to combine somebody who's like you with somebody who's like me? Or do you feel like this is all to lead to trouble if somebody sort of never can replicate that feeling of, oh, I took care of you that day because, like, it felt really good to take care of you, right? Or does it really not matter? sheet. And then walls. I think from the outside it doesn't matter. You can still have functional, fulfilling relationships, but internally it can be depressing. You know what? I absolutely 100% wholeheartedly agree, right? Because I do agree, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that a relationship becomes dysfunctional. It can be depressing though, and this is where I sort of came to this, right? To always be the giving end of energy, like the person who really enjoys giving, and then to feel like not like you're a burden on the other person, but to never feel like that feeling is exactly replicated. Because I'm gonna say, if being kind is a joy to you, right? If it's like something that makes your brain like happy and appreciative and like, oh, this is what I should be doing, right? Then if somebody doesn't have that joy, it almost feels like, oh, I'm a burden to them. Even if they don't feel that way, your own brain is sort of like, I only like don't find joy in taking care of others if they are like a real big burden to me, right? That's the only case where I personally don't enjoy taking care of others is if I'm like, oh my, like this is really shit, right? If it's like a really big fat problem for myself. So if somebody is in that state of being all the time, me personally, I can end up feeling like, oh, I am a burden to them, right? Even if they don't feel that way. Like, even if it's just in my head, the feeling of being burdensome is still there, right? Which can be especially hard in a time of need. Because when do you need somebody to take care of you? It's usually not when you're doing fine and are being happy, right? You usually need somebody to take care of you when you're at a low point, where it can be even harder to accept the fact that, you know, maybe they don't find the same joy in it as you would. It's not even a burden from baseline though. I understand how it's not a burden to the person who like just lives their life that way, right? Who just goes through life taking care of others because, you know, it's what you do. It's just what humans do, and that's fine without really feeling strongly one way or the other about it, right? I get how it's not absolutely not a burden to them, right? But imagine being the kind of person that only has like no strong feelings about helping somebody else if they actually are a burden, right? I must say then it's very hard to accept that that's not the case for other people, right? I don't get joy about my other achievements, my own achievements either. I do think it's very minimal. Yeah. What do you get joy out of, Manny, then? What are things that do give you joy if you're saying that doesn't give you joy? Or very strong but short-lived? Learning new things and feeling like I know more than I did previously. That's a good thing though. That's a good thing to get joy out of, I must say. Or can do things that I couldn't. Oh yeah, especially with the climbing probably, right? With the bouldering. You can see that happening. I guess See, I guess on an absolutely rational level, I think none of these things should matter in a relationship. Like, it shouldn't really matter how one person is wired, like, compared to the other, right? But I am gonna say, if we're talking caretaking, right? That is something that usually happens in a situation where people aren't doing well. Where, like, there's some reason why you feel like you need caretaking, right? And I'm gonna say these situations are usually not entirely rational. They're usually much more emotional and much more like linked to love languages and how you were raised and just how you need emotions to be perceived and communicated, right? Why Dota is both addictive and depressing. Yeah, I feel you, because you do learn more, but then you like do end up feeling like a noob a lot still. But still, I think in the situation of caretaking, the key issue is that people are not on their best behavior, that people are not functioning on their rational brain, that they are very much functioning on their sort of monkey, oh, I'm so sad, I cannot deal with this, the situation is hard, life is hard, or whatever portion of the brain, right? And I'm gonna say that in that kind of situations, it's much harder to be like, oh, you just function differently and like that's fine, right? In those situations in particular, it can be like a bit painful to realize, oh, this person is not taking care of me the same way I would take care of them. Because a lot of the times we take care of people in the way we would like to be cared for, right? I don't necessarily mean overgiving. I mean what we were talking about earlier, right? When somebody is giving because they want to give, and when like because they want to give because it makes themselves happy to give, and when somebody is giving because they know it makes others happy to give, right? Because these are two different sort of modi, no? These are two different sort of operations, right? Like receiving happiness because somebody else gains happiness from giving it to you is a very different feeling than receiving happiness because they feel like you're gonna get happiness out of it, right? Like if they're doing it for you or if they're doing it for themselves. Two very different kinds of caretaking, I'm gonna say. Yeah, this is what we're exactly talking about, Luffy, right? Like, we're basically saying there's two kind of people. The kind of people that become happy, that actually are happy themselves when they bring joy to others. And then the kind of people that just want to bring joy to others because they know it will make them feel happy. And that's the main sort of motivation for doing it, right? Maybe I don't feel much because I've conditioned myself to think if I do feel good, then I'm only doing it for selfish reason. I don't know. Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, right? Is it actually more selfish if you're caring out of like feeling good about it if you care, right? I feel like that's a very valid question to ask. Like, For me personally, I would say absolutely no, because I can sort of feel the love I have for others while doing it, right? But I do see how, from an outside perspective, it's obviously much more selfish to like take care of others because you want to do it for them rather than like yourself getting a dopamine kick out of it, right? Probably even is, to be honest, it's probably even like a thing that's true, that it's more selfish if you're helping others because it makes you feel good about yourself. Not gonna lie. I still think these kind of modes of pairing are something that can end up clashing because they are so contradictory, and especially when it comes to care, it's like so important to address emotional needs rather than like any sort of rational form of thought, right? It's much more about giving a person the thing they feel they need rather than the thing they maybe rationally need, right? The same note, maybe unconditional test. Oh no, look, I'm suffering, therefore extra good. Oh, that's a very interesting point. Wow, this is getting complex now. Are you more selfish because you like basically condition yourself to like feel bad about helping people because then, you know, you're being more selfless if you don't enjoy it? I must say it's probably something that really boils down to individuals, right? There's probably individuals who are absolutely fine with that dynamic and don't even give it a second thought, right? There may be even people that would enjoy like feeling like, oh, they don't even want to take care of me and yet they do, right? And then there's probably people who are like, oh, I'll never feel loved unconditionally if I always feel like taking care of me is a burden in some sense, right? And a lot of these things in general probably boil down to what individuals need. And like how everybody was conditioned. Because it's really interesting how like the way your parents fucked you up like really changes who you are as an adult, right? And like sort of how you make connections and form relationships and all that. I got confused which you guys consider more selfish. Yeah, me too, Go. Me too. It is, but that's the question, right? Which one is more selfish? It's like we're all confused about it and trying to figure that out, right? I must say, in general, it's really nice. Yeah, I agree. They both can be, but I think in general, it's really nice that we're like talking about different forms of caretaking and being kind. Like the true selfish thing would be to actually feel like, oh no, they want me to like be a shoulder to cry on, but I want to watch a movie. Wah. But we're not even considering that option, right? So that's a nice thing, I must say. They're both kind of selfish but different. Yeah. Yeah, when we're back to like the super age-old questions, isn't it? Like, is there true selfishness or selflessness even? Like, is there true giving up oneself, or is there always some aspect of selfishness in selflessness, right? And there probably is, to be honest. Like, we're fucking monkeys with smartphones after all. Yeah, Gogo's not Australian. What are you on about, Lappy? I'm gonna say... but I'm gonna say, if you like personally feel about these things to be selfish or selfless or like one mixture of the both, like probably super heavily depends on your own upbringing, like how sort of love and attachment was modeled for you, is probably the biggest factor in deciding like on how you feel about it yourself later in life. Oh, I forgot which one I have to kill first with these two. Is it the big guy? I think so. I think when I kill the big guy, the small guy dies automatically, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. Yeah, small guy dies. This guy. But since we're talking relationships, guys, what do you think, like for you personally, is the most important factor in a romantic partner, right? Because all these dynamics I was talking about earlier between like taking care because you want to or taking care because you feel like it's nice, I must say they don't matter as much in friendships. In friendships you're probably gonna be fine with either dynamic, right? I do think in a romantic relationship it's a bit different though, because you do need sort of... You do probably have a deeper attachment to somebody, and a kind of attachment that's much more rooted in your upbringing than any other form of attachment. So what is something you think in relationships is making you become really attached to a partner? I'm gonna go first. Sorry, I was zoning out. What was the question? My question was, like, since we've been talking relationships, right, and putting this in the context of relationships, I was wondering, what is the one thing where you're like, okay, this is a maker or deal breaker, right? Where like this form of thing or this thing really makes me be attached to a partner. Yeah, lovely. I'm with you on that one. I'm similar. Like me personally, I do think like making others happy gives me a good feeling. But like to me personally, I'm gonna say, you know, being truly attached to a partner is a very complex thing. But when I was talking about caretaking earlier, this is actually something that is like true for me. I've heard being able to put yourself in other people's shoes is important. I agree on that one, Gogo. I agree on that one. Because oftentimes when couples fight, it's not really like they are out to get the other, right? It's not really like they are like, oh, I woke up this morning and I chose hate, right? I wanted to hate this other guy. It's much more often that they have a need that isn't being met, and then if you're in a sort of fight mode, you're never gonna get to a conclusion. So I think it's really important to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand what is the need that is not being met, right? Communication, empathy, willing to commit, to improve, willingness to commit to improve the relationship. Yeah, that last one, I think that is super important, to be honest, Manny. I think that's maybe, to me personally, one of the most important things. Because any relationship that ever has been or ever will be will probably come to a point where it does need improvement. And I do agree that the willingness to put in the effort and the work is probably one of the most important things to make a relationship long lasting, which to me personally is kind of the goal, right? I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with the idea of like, oh, it's just going to be a short one. And I must say, communication is kind of the basis, right? Like, can there even be a relationship with poor communication? Isn't that kind of doomed from the beginning? And empathy is pretty much what Gogo said, right? The ability to put yourself in the other person's shoes, which I too agree is like really important. You would think, but oh man. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been quite some time since I've been out there dating, but I do agree. There's a lot of people out there where you're like, mate, how do you think like dating even works if you think that's the way to communicate? Is it oh, it's flying Nosk, that's good. Because I'm not good at walking Nosk. Not good at flying Nosk either, apparently. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true, Manny. Sometimes people can be very delusional about how well they communicate. Like the thing I was mentioning earlier, right, with fights often being about needs not being met. Ideally, you do not have to like use superhero empathy to sort of figure out which needs aren't being met. Ideally, whatever problem there is isn't even communicated as a sort of argument or fight. It's communicated as, oh, I have these needs that are not being met in the first place, right? And then the end, this is fine meme. Yeah. The house being on fire. No, I absolutely agree. People can sometimes be atrociously delusional about like their own relationship skills, because communication is one, empathy is another. I must say caretaking is also a skill, because no matter what your nature is, no matter if it's your nature to feel good about caretaking or to think it's a thing you ought to do and feel good for others, right? I think the most important thing about caretaking is to make the other person feel good, right? And as I said earlier, like in my life, that actually meant learning that not every time everybody wants a problem solver, which is who I naturally try to be, right? I naturally try to solve people's problems when they confide them in me. So I must say that's something I had to learn, like proper caretaking for others. Sometimes means, you know, just listening and maybe getting some ice cream, maybe, you know, not even doing anything at all, right? That it doesn't always involve me jumping into action. So I must say caretaking is also a thing to be learned, right? I must say, another very important relationship skill, and this might be controversial, is calling people out on their bullshit, right? Um, like, I always like to say like, um, the objective of the parents, when the objective of the parents stop, the parenting of the good friends has to start, right? I feel like good friends, but especially partner, they are ought to call you out on things you're not doing well, on things that you're maybe even delusional about, right? Um, because we have to improve as humans in life, and I think that's like the only way to do it, to have somebody else hold the mirror up to you sometimes, right? Because not everything can be figured out through internal perspective. And then the counterpart to this one, like the other side of that coin, is obviously, you know, being able to hear criticism, constructive criticism, and not take it personally, not hate on anybody because of it, but to just accept, you know, that that's how the other person views you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to agree with everything everybody like criticizes about you, but I do think it's very important to be able to sort of listen to criticism and yeah, accept it. Like, even if you maybe don't want to change anything based on it, you should still accept that that's something somebody wants to criticize about you, right? Isn't that a normal thing in all relationships? I would say no, Gogo. Like, I say ideally it should be, but me personally, I definitely have met couples where like one person is absolutely unhappy with the behavior of their partner, but they just don't talk about it, right? Like, they just don't criticize each other in a constructive way. Maybe they get into fights or anything, but like, especially when it's things that don't concern the relationship, right? Like, I knew a couple where the guy, he has like a really bad relationship with his mother, like with his own mother, not his mother-in-law. And I talked to the wife about it, and she's like, well, yeah, I do think that he's being unreasonably harsh, like to the mom sometimes, right? That he's not doing anything to improve the relationship with her at all. On the contrary, right? But I don't want to get into a fight with him about it, right? Where I feel like, especially in these kind of things, who's gonna get into a fight with him about it if not, you know, his spouse? So I feel like it's important to call somebody out on like, yo, you should probably be less harsh to her, then you guys are gonna have less issues, right? Ooh, something happened. An anonymous gift. Ooh, an anonymous subscription. Well, thank you very much, anonymous gifter. Alright, now I've paused again. We can actually read some of your answers. Lovely, she messes us up a lot. Who messes you up? Me? I hope not. I hope not. I'm a big fan of radically honest conversations, but it's very hard to have a relationship where you can do that. I agree, Manny. It's probably like that with a lot of things where neither extreme is good, right? It's probably not good to tell your partner like, oh my god, you're like so unreasonable, I don't even like you right now, even if that's true, because it's just not constructive, right? But it's also probably not good to never tell your partner like, yo mate, what you're doing right now is not on the good side of things, right? Also, congratulations to Hami for receiving that anonymously gifted subscription. It's a very lucky day for Hami. Ask Cole. That sounds interesting. What kind of game is it, Manny? It's a list of questions that produces the most diverse responses. Okay, I really like that. Usually taboo things, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I do feel like there are a lot of things in life that just don't have a simple answer, right? They do have diverse answers, absolutely depending on the context you ask the question, on the person you ask the question to. But yeah, that sounds really fun. We're definitely gonna do it sometimes on the Plant Hamburger. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be more entertaining with more people than just me in the voice chat. And yeah, I'm gonna put it on the list. Is it like just a list of questions you find on the internet? Or is it like an actual game? Learn the most about the person in the shortest period of time. You can ruin relationships depending on the people involved. Alright, so you're saying I should be very careful who I play it with. Who is expendable? You have the card, but it's cards, but it's online as well. Alright, I like it. I'm absolutely look it up. I say we probably get Richard and Declan in here for diversity, you know, and play it sometimes. Maybe you as well, Manny, because I do think your perspective are usually absolutely reasonable, but also often very different from other people's perspectives. I think most of the Planet Hamburger people can handle it. Yeah, I agree, to be honest. This is a group of humans that are usually okay with controversy to some extent. However, if we get Pow Pow into that, he's just gonna be shit stirring, you know? And play devil's advocate, making people angry, trolling them. Worst person to have in that would be Andrew. Also funniest. Oh no, Markov. Fucking hate Markov. Since we're talking self-improvement, I don't know if you guys remembered like me doing the Pantheon 5 the last time and like how much difficulties I had with this like in general and how much I was like, oh, don't talk while I do this, don't backseat, I'm a whiny bitch and I want to stream but I really just want to play video games in silence with myself, you know. I'm gonna say I have improved. Like, look at me having this serious conversation with all of you, actually looking on my second screen to like see your responses and everything, even during fights, you know. And let's be honest, probably dying very soon because we're getting into like really big time focus territory here. I did, but to be honest, Manny, I did used to say that because I did used to suck at platformers, you know. Ooh, Zod! No, no, I haven't fought this guy in a hot minute. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Alright, this is not what you're supposed to do. Shit. I'm actually going into focus mode a bit right now, because Jesus Christ, this fight is difficult if you're not like warmed up with it at all. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ooh, yo, 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 yo. Oh no. I'm going to die. Woo. Not yet, apparently. Very soon, probably. Ooh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, I was so hoping for a chance to rest here. Shit. Oh, this is good though. This is really good. Yes, please. Alright, we actually get to heal up again, guys. This run is not lost. Right away, hardest. Oh, shit! Oh, I fucked this up so badly. I cannot believe how badly I just fucked this up. To be honest, I do deserve to die now. Oh, yo, 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 yo. The gods of Hollow Knight is giving me a second chance. Thank you, Team Cherry. So what happened here is you always want to cheese this guy at this point of the game, because you're really deep into the Pantheon run, right? And I accidentally hit him in the face twice, because the situation was so clutch. But we're fine, you guys. Actually healing up. Actually gonna have full mana. So I must say, the last time I did the Pantheon like without warm-up, I actually died to the Oblotus, right? But the time before, I actually died at the Nightmare King Grim, who's, I think he's the next one we're fighting. You say cheating, Luffy. I say they intended this to be a thing, right? They did patch it out. They could have. So I must say this is perfectly within the parameters of the game. Also, you do it in. Oh yeah, it is actually Nightmare King Grim. Oof. All right. This one is so easy when you're practiced on him. Like you have to practice him like 3 or 4 times, and then he's like the easiest shit in the world. But when you're like going in cold, like I am right now, oof. Oh, but this is very kind. He's doing the things that I can actually handle well. Oh. Because the problem with this kid is that he deals 2 damage with every hit, right? So you don't really have a lot of margin of error to sort of remember his movement patterns. It's going well though. Oh, I jinxed it. Good job. Alright, I like this. Do let me heal, please. Boom. Not boom. Oh, this one I hate the most, to be honest, where he goes up and sends down the fireballs. I don't know why it's really hard for me to dodge them. This one, however, I obviously like the most, because even though I fucked it up just now, it usually means getting a lot of hits in, dealing a lot of damage. Shit. Oh shit! boys. We will be done with this very soon. Right? I like. Ooh, that was very bad. Oh, shit. Told you I hate that one the most. Ooh, you guys! We made it past Nightmare King Grim. Ah, that's exciting. Which means Pure Vessel's up next. And not gonna lie, that is canonically one of the hardest ones for me. I mean, it is supposed to be, but I did the last binding I hadn't done on the Pantheon 4, like half a year back, and you basically have to beat Pure Vessel with like a lot of handicaps, and I struggled a lot, so we'll see. Shit. Okay. Good. Because this fight too is difficult because he does deal 2 damage with everything he does as well, so... Shit. Ooh. We beat Pure Vessel, you guys. Alright. Absolute Radiance it is. Easy indeed, Mr. Luffy. Do we need to heal here? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think we have to. Uiski Puiski, Absolute Radiance, very hard. Very hard enemy. Alright, this is full focus mode, you guys. Her, I did practice. Which doesn't mean jack shit, to be honest, because she's still like so difficult to beat to me personally. I know there are some people out there who are like, she's so easy. She's such clear patterns with like times to react to, right? To me personally, she's always been very hard to beat. Absolutely not. Okay. Second phase. Let's go. Second phase is hardest phase. Now we can do it. I believe. Oh, so spicy. Ooh. Okay, didn't fall down. That's good. This one. Oh, no time for a second one. No! Oh, this was so unfortunate. Third phase, you guys. Third phase. I cannot believe it. Ooh. What did I say? Let's go, though. Shit. Oh no, why am I losing? No! Let me get on top of your head, lady. So this is the very special Mara technique on killing the absolute radiant third phase. I've never seen anybody else use it. What the fuck? Oh my god, you guys! Can you believe it? Casual Pantheon 5, you know. Very casual Pantheon 5. Attack that lady! Oh my god, do you guys remember how I grinded this for hours and hours and hours and hours and I did not make it? And this time I made it look easy! Wow, where's Richard when you need a hype man? Woof! Also, alright, Luffy, if you think this is cheating, you do it then. You go beat the Absolute Radiance with that technique. Which I'm gonna say is a very, very well-refined, well-practiced technique. Look at this. Look at this ending. You don't get to see this as a normal mortal. You only get to see it if you beat Pantheon 5. What the fuck? What the fuck, you guys? Wonderful. I was looking tired 30 seconds ago. I mean, I should be tired, mate. It's the middle of the night. There's actually one good ending to the game. Is it though? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. When you kill the Absolute Radiance, and she actually be dead. Radiance actually be gone from the game. Whew. You guys. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe it one bit. Shout out to Roddy, by the way, who's also a Hollow Knight enjoyer and who's doing his big fat move to Mali today. Super exciting, starting a new chapter in his life. Pork, thank you very much. Soy, thank you very much. Uy, thank you for the follow, thank you for the cheer. Oh my god, you guys, you're making me blush. That's very kind, that's very kind. I cannot believe we actually just casually waltzed through that Hollow Knight Pantheon 5. Jesus Christ. While having a conversation, you know, about difficult things. Thank you guys so much for being with me on that one. That was really nice. I don't even think we can go on after this. Like, how could you top it? How could you make anything happen after this and be like, oh yeah, that was a good conclusion, right? A good thing to follow this amazing thing we just did. Well done, everybody. So let's see. It's a wrap. Stream career over. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, man, because we still can't top it. What do you mean? I could still do the Pantheon 5 with bindings casually, you know? There are bindings still to be done. Like, if I really hate myself, that's what I'm gonna do next. Also, keep in mind we have this ongoing Path of Pain challenge. Doing the Path of Pain every day until Silksong comes out. Not gonna lie, I do think I missed one day. I'm not entirely sure, but I think there was one day where Roddy wanted to stream the horror game and then leave after, and I was like, oh, okay, so you start with that, and then I'm gonna do Path of Pain after, and then I actually forgot. Or we're just not going to tell anybody, right? As far as we know, we're on day 18 of the daily Path of Pain challenge with no day dropped. So we're going to write it in the history books, right? By the way, Soy, thanks so much for stopping by and for following. Are you a Hollow Knight player? Is that what's up? I didn't miss 2 days, Luffy. Like, we literally time traveled back to that Sunday, you know? It's not the same as missing a day if you time travel back to it. I might actually go back into the vaults and look up which day, we dropped to time travel back to that one, we might do it right now. You know what, guys? You know what? We are gonna do it right now because I cannot leave you guys on this note. Oh, let's watch this lovely cutscene before, though. Also, you interrupted me, Luffy. Oh, it's Mr. Mushroom. Oh, yeah, I forgot that one. This is the ending you get when you've visited Mr. Mushroom in all the locations where he's hidden in the game, which we did. So I was asking Mr. Soy Sauce whether he's a Hollow Knight enjoyer. If that's how he stumbled upon our lovely little Twitch channel.